Okay, in this presentation, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a purchase order, how to create a receiver, and how to create a voucher in the BlueSeer ERP application. Okay, you need a minimum of two things to create an actual purchase order. You need a vendor in your vendor master, and you need an item in the item master. So let's go ahead and create a vendor in the vendor master. Go to Address, Vendor Menu, Vendor Maintenance, click New, and for a vendor name, we're just going to put in Test Vendor with some blahs for the address, and then some city, and all the remaining fields here can stay as the default values. And then click Add. That'll commit your vendor to the vendor master. Now let's go create an item in the item master. Inventory, item menu, item maintenance. Okay, and then click New. And we're going to put in my test item. This will be your item number here. The unit of measure, the class code needs to be changed for purchased items to P. So change the drop down here to P for class code, and then enter a price for your purchase price. So we'll call it $5, and then click Add. And that'll commit your item to the item master. You'll see the record added successfully here. Okay, now you have the two pieces of information that you need. Let's create a purchase order. So go to Purchasing, Purchase Order Maintenance, click New, choose the vendor that we just created, and then click the Lines tab. And any item that is a type P class code or a class code of A or P will show up in this drop-down box. This is the item we just created. We're going to create an order quantity of 5 pieces. Let's do 10. And then click Add Item. That'll put it in the item table, and you'll notice the summary values have changed here. And click Main. Go back to Main and then click Add to commit your purchase order to the database. Now, you have just now created a purchase order in the database. Let's print that purchase order out, and you can simulate the possibility of either sending the print as a PDF or send it as an email, whatever you want to do to get the purchase order to your vendor. So purchase order browse, click Run. You'll notice the status of this purchase order that we just created is open. You click here, and then you can print it. And then this is a print of your purchase order. So you can provide this purchase order to your vendor, and then they will proceed to process the purchase order. So the next step would be that they have shipped you the goods, and now you want to receive in those goods. So we're going to create a receiver. Purchasing, receiver maintenance, click New. There's the vendor, choose the PO number, and this is the information that's actually on that PO number for this item. So typically when they send you the goods, they also send you a packing slip. So we're going to simulate a packing slip of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to say they shipped the purchase order complete of 10 pieces. Here's the original order quantity, here's the original price, original line, and you haven't received any as of yet. So now we have 10 pieces, click Add Item, and then click Add, and that'll complete the creation of the receiver. Now, at the same time, the vendor will typically send your accounts payable team an invoice, and they will voucher that invoice. So let's do the voucher, simulate the vouchering concept. So go to Finance, Accounts Payable, Voucher Maintenance, and we do pretty much the same thing here again. Click New, choose your vendor, choose the purchase order, choose the receivers that was just created, because these are the goods that were received in, and this should match the invoice number that the vendor is providing you. So let's say the invoice number from the vendor was 33333. The control amount for this voucher transaction is going to be, we're just going to do this one receiver, and it was $50 if I remember correctly. So once all the receivers are vouchered, the sum of the vouchers here should be the actual amount and should match the control amount, in case you're doing more than one receiver or one invoice. Okay, so we click on the receiver here, and we add it to the voucher table, and you'll notice that the actual amount is increased to $50. So now these two match. You can complete the vouchering process by clicking Save. And you're done. So several things have happened here. Number one, your inventory value for that item should have increased. And also you should have committed some financial transactions to the unposted transaction registry. So let's look at the inventory value for that item. Go to item menu, item maintenance. Let's choose our item again. There's our item. And you'll notice the quantity on hand has increased to 10 since we have now received in that purchase order for 10 pieces. Location quantity is here, and then recent inventory transactions for this particular item is here as well. Also, at the same time, we should have unposted transactions and ledger reports, unposted transactions. And here are the unposted transactions that occurred because of those purchase order and receipt and vouchering steps. So to post these transactions, you can just click Finance, Post. This is typically done in the evening times, off-hour times, because you can accumulate a large number of transactions. You don't want those actually occurring while you're actually processing other transactions. So click Post Transactions, get Count, Post, and your posting is complete. Now to review those postings, because you basically just posted to your ledger accounts. So you can look at your account balance report, click Run, and then these are all the accounts that are associated with your ledger. And obviously there's the $50 and $50 debit, $50 credit that has occurred. You can actually look at just the ones that have non-zero values by suppressing 0. Click Run, and then there are your 2 transactions that occurred because of the purchasing to vouchering scheme. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions and or concerns, feel free to go to our website at BlueSeer.com and send us an email through our contact information there. Thank you.